Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm talking about blended family. You guys requested for me to give you pointers on how I built my relationship with my stepkids. So that's what I'm going to do today. But before I start, I hope you are settling well into the new year. You have put out your objectives, meeting your goals, and I really hope that this year I'm going to talk a bit more about blended family, so this is a good start. And guys, please continue subscribing, liking, and sharing my videos. I hope to grow to 100k this year, so please ensure to subscribe, like, and share. All of you know that I have stepkids and my bio child, and it wasn't easy to blend and to build that relationship with them. People look at us now and think it was easy. It is many years of work, many years of trying, and also it depends on the age you met the kids. For example, if you're meeting someone with kids, it could be you, it could be a man, it could be a lady. It depends on the age. When I met Coco and Michelle, I think Michelle was nine going to 10. Coco was like 6, so they were still a bit young. Someone might meet their partner with kids who are teenagers, so the blending becomes a bit more difficult because there's a lot of emotions running through. So mine were not kids, but were in between kids and children and teens, so they hadn't even reached their preteen years. So as I always say, every situation is different. There's no manual for these things. Everyone's experience is different. So what I'm just giving you are tips and what I did to blend with my stepkid. Doesn't necessarily mean that's what you have to do. It's just tips and pointers to try, and because none of us knows the steps or there's a manual for you to follow. So I hope these tips help you to blend your family in whatever way your setup is. It could be you're the one coming with kids, it could be he's the one coming with kids, it could be both of you are coming with kids. So again, every situation is different. So number one, it's a caution. Be very realistic. Don't have unrealistic expectation. It doesn't happen in one day. Remember, when it comes to separation or divorce and you're forming another relationship or another family setup, there's going to be a lot of tension. There's going to be a lot of pressure. We have many issues. We have financial issues. Sometimes the separation or the divorce was very nasty and the environment is very hostile. So please manage your expectations. Don't think you're going to come in and the kids are going to automatically call you mom and dad because their biological parent has asked them to. Expect resistance, expect rejection. So be very realistic on expectation, and also don't put pressure on yourself. It's like, imagine meeting a stranger. It's like meeting a friend. You're not the one who gave birth to these kids. You've never seen them since Adam. They've never seen you since Adam. So be very realistic with expectation and think about it or picture it as like meeting a stranger, and so you're learning to know them afresh and manage your expectations. Number 2 is baby steps, small little steps. Start with, I think a good starting point for me is start with respect, and I feel like we should all be able to sit together. If the bio parents has to sit the children together with you and now say, this is my partner, you know what happened with your mom or your dad, and now I'm starting afresh, and this is the partner I've chosen, and we are here trying to form a family and blend. So let's start with respect. Let's respect one another. I think that's a very basic requirement. If you are living in the same house, let's start with respect. Then from this respect, we build on to acceptance, we build on to earning their trust. Then eventually we might move into them loving you and you guys being able to bond completely as a family. Again, I will say, please, you are not going to win them all. Every child is different. Every child has their personality, their character. So how you will bond with one child is not the same way you'll bond with another child. So please, baby steps, be patient, and ensure that you treat the relationship, again, like a friend. How I'll bond with Michelle is not how I'll bond with Coco. How I'll bond with Joshua is not how I'll bond with Tito. So understand that each relationship is individual. So don't think the relationship with every child will be the same. Every child is different. Again, they have their own personality and character. So baby steps. Be patient with yourself and be patient with them. Another third point is having constant conversations, having open communication. We used to have a lot of family meetings. We used to have it, I think, once every week. And why did we have it? Is because we wanted to create an environment where everyone is sharing their emotions, they're sharing their feelings, they're sharing their insecurities. Don't forget, all of us are going through a lot. I'm unsure of myself. I've come to this home. I'm facing rejection. The kids are wondering, okay, has this person come, like in my case, has she come to replace my mom? Is she going to be kind to us? Will my dad stop paying school fees? Will she come and make the situation worse? So when you see people acting out and when you see the rejection, it's because of all these things that we are going through, and it's all of us are having all these thoughts in our heads, and we're not having an environment to express it. So family meetings are important. Therapy was also very important for us, where I would go in, Mike would go in, the kids also go in separately, and then we'll all go in together so that we can now express ourselves, share our insecurity, what we are feeling, what we are going through without judgment. That is the only way we can be able to move through hurdles and we don't sweep things under the rug. It doesn't mean that everyone in that situation will be able to talk about their feelings, but as we continue, they will be able to understand is a free zone, it's a safe zone where they could talk about what they are going through, they're experiencing. And sometimes when we used to have these meetings, even me, I used to get very shocked, or every time they'd open my eyes, I didn't know that they also have their own insecurities. They're scared, they are worried about the new step parent. There are so many misconceptions. Step parents are portrayed like the villains, and these are kids. And the thing about our African culture is, as biological parents, we never involve the kids in the separation. So the kids just see mommy and daddy were together and now they are apart. So there are a lot of unanswered questions. Was it our fault? What happened? No one is explaining to us. And what I mean by explaining is telling them according to their level of understanding. So you find there's a lot of misconception. Kids are making their own assumptions. I'm making my own assumptions from the kids' behavior. The bio parents is trying so hard to blend us all together. So there's a lot of emotion, a lot of feelings, a lot of insecurity. So ensure that you constantly sit down and have open discussions so that everyone can express themselves and you're able to deal with these issues. Another point is, when you come in as a step parent, please ensure to support your relationship, the relationship between your stepkids and their bio parent. For example, in my case, to ensure that I tell my kids it's okay to have a relationship with your mom. I didn't come to replace anyone. I didn't come to take anyone's position. All I came is to be a partner to your dad, to be a helper, to be another adult who takes care of you, who you can look up to. So assure them that I'm not here to replace anyone. Support that relationship, because it is healthy for a child to have a relationship with their mom and their dad. Trust me, step parents, it is easier that way, because you will never ever be able to fill that gap. There will be no day that I'll be Coco's mom. I will never feel that hole. So let the bio parent be present in whatever way the bio parent can be present, because then again, I cannot control an adult's actions. So encourage that relationship with the kids, and it also helps to show them that they don't have to pick sides. You don't have to pick mommy's side, daddy's side. No. We are all your parents. Feel free with whoever you want to talk to. Sometimes you find there are things, my stepchildren are more comfortable talking to their mom than me, or their mom is in a better place to help them or to advise them. Sometimes it could be an auntie. So please ensure to tell the kids you're not replacing their bio parent. The next point, I'd advise any step parent stepping into a blended family: be confident in yourself, be sure in yourself. Don't second guess yourself, don't doubt yourself. It's the way I usually say, for example, if you're a person who fears dogs and you enter into a compound, if you're scared, the dog will smell the fear. So the stepkids are smelling the fear that I'm unsure of myself. So then they will also doubt, are you up for the job? Are you sure you're here to stay? Or if there's some issue, you're going to go away and we're going to have another separation like what I just had with my mom and dad. So be confident in yourself, be sure in yourself, and it will show. You're here, you know the situation, you're ready to work at it. It is hard, yes, but I'm here to stay. That way you earn the kids' trust, and also they relax and they know, you know what, she's up to the task, so let us give her a chance. It also could be a man, so I keep saying her because I'm talking about my own experience. It could be a man, it could be a woman, a stepdad, a stepmom. Another point is ensure that with your partner you're a team. Okay, you have to be a team, and the kids have to see a united front. So for example, if I'm trying to bond with the children, Mike has to also help me and support my effort, so that we are speaking the same language and we are coming from the same point and we are reading from the same book. Otherwise, if I'm here trying to bond and your partner is not helping you or showing the kids that it is important for them to respect and to accept me, then it is not going to work. I'll give an example. When I was trying to bond with my kids, I used to have more dinner nights. I used to have game nights. I used to create environments. Maybe we could go for walks together, ride the bike together around the estate. Such things, your partner, thereby your parent, has to be there to encourage that bond. That's what I mean by a team. You sit down with your partner and come up with a plan. You have to be very intentional. You and your partner have to sit down and sort of come up with a plan, because it's a process. So if the kids only see me and they don't see their dad, then how do they picture us as a family? They don't see the other partner also wanting it as badly as you want it. So there were many times Mike had to sacrifice, come home early, eat dinner together, play those games. Also sometimes I would plan sessions, or sometimes Mike going out with every child individually, so that he can assure them that I'm still here, I'm your dad, nothing is going to change, he's not coming to, my love is not going to change, such things. It was very intentional. Unlike now where we are easy, we've blended, and you know what, if they want to have a session with their dad alone or me, they'll tell me, So nowadays I don't have to do much of that, but then we had to be a team. Make sure you and your partner are a team to show a united front to the kids. Another point is, in the beginning, I was not the disciplinarian. The bio parent has to be the disciplinarian. Don't forget, you're already portrayed as the villain. So when I come in, we can make the rules together. And when I mean make the rules together, is the kids sit down, Mike sit down, and we sit down and have a family meeting and agree, this is what as a family guide us. What are the rules in this family? Number 1, there's respect. Number 2, for example, remove your plate from the table. When you want to go somewhere, ask for permission. We be polite and kind to one another. We say good morning, good evening. We don't have to be best of friends as you're starting, but those rules, we need to form them together. So I'll be part of forming the rules. When the rules are broken, I will try not to overreact the first time, because again, we are all learning. So I might warn the child or talk to them while they do it, second, third time, fourth time. If it becomes a habit, I can escalate to the dad and explain what happened, and then he'll be the one to discipline. As the years go by, you earn the kids' trust, you earn their respect. They see that you're here to say, they see that you're correcting them out of love, that you want the best from them. Then I stepped in as a disciplinarian. So now I'm the one who disciplines, but it took me time and years to earn that trust from the kids. Something else, and another point which can tend to happen in a blended family, is we tend sometimes to use the children as a scapegoat for everything we are going through, for every problem, because it's a very frustrating environment. There are a lot of dynamics, we are having financial issues, we are having the other parents, maybe we are colliding, we are having court cases. There's a lot of frustration, and sometimes if you're not careful, you can lash out on the kids, and sometimes always think they are the problem. So what tends to happen is that the kids start feeling, I'm not wanted, I'm the one who's causing all these issues. And trust me, that is the worst thing you can ever do to a child who's already going through a separation, who's already feeling lost, who's already seeing chaos, who their world has turned upside down. So as a step parent, be careful not to be frustrated and lash on the children and throw everything on them, because to be honest, they're the innocent party here. Adults made a mistake and they're just caught in this mess. Sometimes I call them their collateral damage. So you need to be careful not to use them as the reason why this is not working. And I've got myself doing it sometimes, so I have to go back and say, Kathy, no, it's not the children's fault. If I'm going through a hard week, this week was full of cases, and we are being served by court, and they are lashing out, and there's a lot of poisoning from different parties, from in-laws, from extended families, from their bio parents. It's not their fault. They are struggling as I'm struggling, and we are all sinking. So it doesn't help when you burden the child and make them feel it's their fault. something else that also helped was have a sense of humor, be fun. It really helps diffuse the tension. It also really helps to not create a mountain all over small things. I really had to learn to pick my battles. Some things I will let go. A kid has done something. Don't think that they did it personally to attack you. Don't forget, they're not here attacking you as Kathy. They don't even know who Kathy is. They're just attacking the fact that you're not my mom, and I don't know you. I'm scared. Are you coming to replace me? Are you coming to make the situation worse? So having a sense of humor helped me really diffuse a lot of fights. I learned to pick my battle. For example, simple example, a kid has come from visiting their bio parents. You never know what they were told. You never know what they saw. They come home and a kid walks in and doesn't say hi to you. Instead of making it a mountain and making it such a big deal and going to them and saying, why did you disrespect me? You're coming to my house. I just look at the kid and I realize, this kid is battling issues. And I'll just go to their room and I'll be like, please, next time, say hi, say good evening, remember our rules. So I learned not to make things too big, because again, if every time your partner walks in through the door, you're just reporting, the kid did this, the kid did that, you can't be the one always causing fights, and making your partner always land on the kids, because then the kids will hate you. And sometimes, to be honest, guys, it's not a big deal. If someone didn't say hi to you, the world didn't end, So having a sense of humor, laughing things off, really helped cool the situation when things were really hot. And trust me, guys, in a blended family, things are fire. I always say it gets worse before it gets better. Every day there's something new. Then that goes to the point of, once you know when to pick your battles, you save your energy for bigger things. Save your energy for things that really do matter, because trust me, there are many things that you will need your energy for. Ensure to create, again, going back to my point earlier, create opportunities, create fun activities that all of you in the family can relax and just enjoy yourselves doing an activity. For example, if you're a patient person, you love baking and you love being in the kitchen, you could all bake together. So what happens in that situation? We are all involved in the activity, the environment is relaxed, and we can all bond without pressure. And the thing is here, no one is forcing the other to speak. Someone could just be baking, enjoying, making comments, laughing. At the end, you've created a beautiful thing you can eat and share. Create many of those moments. It depends for you what it is. For me, definitely it's of baking. I'm not patient. For me, could be having dinner together, cooking together. I used to enjoy the bike rides and the walks, which don't happen anymore because they are adults and everyone has their own life. But create those opportunities, because then again, it's an environment where you are allowing everyone to be themselves. You're seeing everyone in their natural state. So then I'm very observant. Then I'm able to understand my stepchildren individually. You do not bunch them up as one. They are all very different. Their love language is different. Their ways of communication is different. How I discipline them is different. What motivates them is different. How I talk to them is different. So those sessions or those opportunities I had when everyone was in the natural state, I was able to learn them better, because I'm the adult in this picture. And as you go along, they also learn me. They know what mom doesn't like, what mom's love language, and then we are able to bond in a natural way. And lastly, guys, again, it takes time. Be patient. It takes years and years. And again, you win some, you lose some. You might not be able to create that amazing relationship with every of your stepkids. And you have to understand that as long as I'm doing my best, as long as I'm doing the right thing, as long as I'm not giving up, because sometimes, trust me, you will get tired, you'll want to give up. I always call it, you can dissociate for a while. If you feel like you're having a burnout, if you feel I'm getting angry all the time, I'm frustrated, sometimes there's a situation where, for example, like court cases, custody cases, you just have to be patient, because it's not under your control, it's with the courts. So sometimes you can dissociate 1 month, 2 months, just keep quiet and decide, I'm going to regain my energy, and then come back and engage again. But the point is, do not give up. It takes time, it takes persistence, and at the end of the day, it is worthwhile. So anyone who's out there in a blended family, meeting someone who has kids, you yourself has kids, there is hope. I'm an example that it can be done. And I hope you're able to use these points, apply them, and let me know if they work, if they helped you. And anyone out there who is also in a blended situation and you have other pointers of how you blended your family, please share with me, because up to now, it's 13 years later, and I'm still blending the family because now they are adults, and the pointers I've given you or the tricks that I used might not apply now. Right now, I'm also sometimes caught between a rock and a hard place because what I used to do then is not working now. They're adults, they have matured into their own personalities, they have ways of doing things. So I'm learning and unlearning, and that's a blended family. Just like life, you learn and unlearn, learn and unlearn. It's dynamic, it requires energy, it requires a positive attitude, it requires a sense of humor, it requires a lot of patience, and you being the bigger person. I hope guys you've enjoyed the session, and I'm glad I did this video. It's been a while before I talked about blended families. I'm back and I'll do more this year like I promised. Please again remember to subscribe, like and share, and see you in the next video.